y'all, welcome back to Vlogmas Small Business Grant Edition, where we are doing 25 grants in 25 days. So make sure your bell is on because every day we're gonna have a new grant. And this grant opportunity is for $10,000. $10,000 of free money that you do not have to pay back. And we love free money, especially 25 days of it. So this grant opportunity, I will tell you, this is going to be for our nonprofits because 25 grants, we got to share the wealth. So if you are not a nonprofit, but you are thinking about becoming a nonprofit or you know a nonprofit, share this information with them because sharing is caring, and that's how we get to generational wealth. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I am Ebony, a licensed attorney out of the state of Missouri, and on this channel, we focus on grants, legal tips, and setting the foundation for your business to get you to generational wealth because, yes, money is good, but we want our money to serve generation after generation after generation. Check out the Small Business Grant playlist. There are several opportunities listed there. I talk about for-profits, nonprofits, no business needed, no deadline, all those good things. And y'all, I have 2 books that I have launched. That's on the website. Link will be in the description. We have 1 book if you're like, I'm just a reader and I just want to take in the content. We have a workbook if you're more interactive and I need to, fill in the blank, do some quizzes, get some sample answers. Both books are going to be amazing. I recommend getting both because the best of both worlds is going to talk about if you get the grant, if you don't get the grant, applying for the grants, where to find grants, all those good things. If you would like to further support the channel so I can continue to provide these resources free of charge on YouTube, come on over to the Patreon. I'm going to quickly share my screen so you can see what's in there in case you want to join. Here's the Patreon. Yes, information is locked. However, once you become a member, the information will be unlocked. As you can see, there was a $25,000 grant, there's a $2 million grant fund, and then various other grants that they say are trending. But I do cohorts, I do articles, I do anything that I think will be helpful for you while you're on your entrepreneurship journey. But we don't want to stay over there too long because we want to get to this money, and this is $10,000 and there is absolutely no deadline. So whenever you see this video, go ahead and apply, but a grantor can close the grant at any time that they see fit for any reason. So although there isn't a deadline, you might go to the link and they're like, we're not doing it anymore. So apply as soon as possible. As I stated at the top of the video, this is for our nonprofit corporations, but you also must have tax exempt status. So remember, you get your nonprofit corporation through your Secretary of State's office, but then you have to go through the IRS in order to get that 501c3 status. And I have seen, unfortunately, instances where individuals only did step 1, didn't do step 2, so therefore they were not eligible for grant opportunities. And we don't want to do that. On top of this, the eligibility requirement is that the individuals that are participating in the program must be 18 years or older. And let me clarify participating. I'm going to say assisting because they said participating, but it doesn't make any sense because they want you to be working with youth, and youth are under 18 and the pictures are of people that are under 18. So the individuals that are in the organization, I'm going to say administering the program, needs to be 18 years of age or older. You must agree for them to be able to use your name, photo, and any details associated with you winning the grant on their website, which I say yes all the time to that because that's going to give you additional exposure that you do not have. And then 2 things that I think are important, and I mentioned this in one of the other videos, is you can apply for the grant. And then let's say something changes where it's like, I don't need to use the $10,000 for this. They say that they are perfectly okay with that as long as you tell them, and then they approve it in writing. Because if you don't, y'all already know, you gotta get the money back. And we don't want a situation where you have received $10,000 and although you used it for a good purpose, you didn't use it for anything that's scammy or fraud or any of those things, but because it was earmarked for something that you put in your application and you chose unilaterally to use it for something else, they would then have to give that $10,000 back because just like they're having reporting requirements upon yourself, they have reporting requirements that they must comply with as well. So, we just want to be compliant. And then you must be aligned with their mission. And I've said this in various videos, always, 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 mission, vision, values. Not just making sure that you're aligned with them. Make sure that they are aligned with you, because we don't want to get into business with anybody shady. And then you're on front page news that this organization is working with this organization. And it turns out that this organization's cause or anything that they were doing behind the scenes is not in alignment with your organization, that can potentially take your organization down. With that, let's look at this grant. All right, this grant opportunity is sponsored by Saucony, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, because that's how I've been saying it all my life. But it is the Run for Good grant, okay? And this grant, if you haven't figured it out, Run for Good, they are looking for entities that are supporting running programs. And I know a lot of cities have run programs now. So if you participate in a run program, if you're starting a run program, all they're looking for is that you are also targeting youth. And then that could potentially make you eligible for $10,000. We're going to scroll down. As I always say, go to the website, do a deep dive, do your due diligence before you decide to apply for a grant. But we are going to click apply here towards the bottom of the website. And then we're going to get to the application. As I said at the top of the video, this is confusing because it says program participants must be 18 years of age or older, but this little cutie here, he is not 18. So I think that they mean those individuals that are administering, but you can always email the grantor, because I am not the grantor. I'm not making the decisions, and I could be wrong. So please do your own due diligence before applying for these grant opportunities. You will have to show proof of tax exempt status, which I discussed at the top of the video. And then you can change what you're going to use the money for, but you will have to get their approval to do that. And then the priorities: utilization of running participation for health and or well-being. It's not letting me highlight for you all, but okay, serves youth population not traditionally exposed to running programs. So make sure you're picking a community that doesn't have like a lot of, I don't even know what they're called, the long runners. Yeah, I can see I'm not a runner. But cross track, is that what it's called? I don't know, but somebody put it in the comments, because I have no idea, but y'all know what I'm talking about, whoever is a runner. And then demonstrate support and inspiration in creating a program that exemplifies the Saucony Run for Good Foundation's mission of improving the lives of children through running. You see, improving the lives of children, but then they saying participants have to be 18, so it doesn't make any sense. But here are the questions. Describe your organization's history and major accomplishments, including the short and long-term goals of your program. So again, they're looking for data, right? And if you have data, especially as a nonprofit, you always want to be able to produce some form of data of community served, individuals assisted, families assisted, whatever it is, so they can see that, we increase run participation from 10% to 15%, or we increase, people that were on the cusp of diabetes, yeah, the cusp of diabetes from 15% to 10%, or decrease. I want to say increase, decrease, and decrease. Describe the purpose for which you seek funding, what dollar amount you're requesting. Remember, $10,000 is the maximum amount that you can get for this grant opportunity. And I say in most videos, if you do not need $10,000, don't ask for $10,000, because these are highly intelligent people and they probably get the same types of grants because it's for a specific sector, which is the run sector. And they're going to know if it really takes $10,000 for what you're asking for. And we don't want your application thrown out because you're asking for more than what you need. Because remember, you get one grant and then you position yourself to get other grants, because now another grantor can see that some grantor gave you money that you knew how to properly manage. And then who are you working with? Include detailed information about the community of children or youth your program serves. Explain how your program will utilize running participation for the health and well-being of children. Now it says how you will utilize running. That does not have to be your entire program, right? It can be a percentage of your program where you all do some other things during the week. And then, the first Saturday of the month, you do this running program. And then the rest of the time could be focusing on nutrition, or you could have a community garden. So you give people access to healthier choices that otherwise wouldn't have that because they're in a food desert. And then list the key people involved in the delivery of the program, including responsibilities and qualifications. They just want to make sure your team makes sense, right? Because you don't want to have somebody like me that's teaching people how to run, and I'm not a runner. Now, you might use me to make sure that your paperwork is in order, but if you put me as like leading the runners, you might not get this grant. And then provide a detailed plan and budget for the use of the funds. And remember, this is what you're thinking today. If you get the grant and a month in, you're like, we really need to use the money over here. We didn't realize this was going to take as much. Put it in writing. Once they sign off on it, you're good to go. And then your packet must contain completed run for good, the application, and then only one application per organization will be accepted. And then they have 2 rounds per year. So this is a no deadline grant. But again, they can close it at any time. So apply as soon as possible if you meet the eligibility requirements. And we are getting through this Vlogmas, y'all. So make sure you check out the previous grants, turn on that bell to get the future grants, because I got so many different grants. I got like $100,000 grant, $25,000 grant, $1,000 grant. We got all numbers of grants for the next 25 days. So like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the ebook, check out the workbook, check out the Patreon, check out the small business grant playlist, because you don't want to miss any of these opportunities. All of those good things. Leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from, what type of business you have, so I can potentially pull your comments and put you inside of our little Vlogmas. This is something new. Let me know if you like it. But of course, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with me virtually. I want to thank you for supporting the channel, and wherever you are in the world, I hope that you are having a beautiful day, and I will see you all next time.